Hey guys, Greg here, Bone Tactical. Today I'm going to tell you and teach you in this very video how to get rich. No scams, no schemes, no bunk. Literally how to get rich. Now, if you don't know who I am already, I think it's safe to say probably 99% of people already know who I am. That's why they're here. If you don't know who I am and why I have the authority to teach on this subject, then you can either comment in the comment section below. One of the subscribers on the channel will help me out, I'm sure, to fill you in on what you're missing. You've got a lot of catching up to do, so I'm not going to get into all that because I'm more worried about you. I want to teach you how to get rich. You can go back and watch some of the older videos on this channel to learn more about me if that's what you're interested in, but it's not about me. And since it would make sense to want to be taught how to get rich by a person who is rich, I'll talk about how rich I am at the end of the video. But first, let me define the word rich as it pertains to this conversation and this video. This is going to be groundbreaking and breakthrough information. There's 3 types of riches in the world that are worth mentioning. So everybody watching this video probably falls more or less into the category of understanding of one of these 3 types of riches. Today we're going to open everybody's mind to first understanding true riches and what that even means. I'm going to debunk the most popular 2 forms or ways of thinking of what rich even means. And then I'm going to teach you how to be truly rich. The first part of understanding what it means to be rich, or what the concept or term or word even really means, is understanding that it's not what all of these gurus on the internet are telling you. Get rich quick, make $1 million in 30 days, do this, do that, do the other. There's so many videos out there on and information, and what those people are trying to do most of the time is trying to get you to make them rich, or just trying to get more views on their videos. So we're going to get as far away from that as possible. This is going to be original information that you're not getting anywhere else, and it's actually going to be to help you and not me. Believe it or not, that is part of what true riches is, because having an abundance of anything for the right reasons and doing it the right way, we have more than we need for the main purpose of being able to help others. But before you tune out, listen to this. 3 types of riches, right? And comment below and let me know, as of right now, before you start to learn this information, what type of riches do you believe, or when you hear the word rich right now, before, because this is going to change your world watching this video, but right now, at this instance, which one of these 3 is the one that you think and associate with riches before going forward? Number 1 is old money, number 2 is new money, and number 3 is riches of life, life abundantly, and life everlasting. There are all kinds of ways of thinking and all kinds of types of riches in the world and what we think it is. The first 2 are associated with money, and we call them new money and old money. And there's all kinds of different subcategories and outliers. But for all intents and purposes, we can fit most of the types of riches into these 3 categories. Most people don't actually understand money. Money is not actually a physical, tangible good like what we think it is. Since there's no gold backing for the dollar bill is only as powerful as the U.S. military backing it, right? Because if everybody gets together and decides to say this piece of paper is not worth the paper it's printed on, then the dollar becomes worthless. It's not backed by any kind of a gold standard or anything like that. So the concept of money is extremely advanced. It's actually much more difficult to understand than the concept of riches. So you can watch the video predates this video, which is the poverty mindset, if you want to learn more about what money is. But let's just say that money is a spirit, okay? Now, defining new money and old money, that's the type of people that associate riches only with money. But all of us at the inherent subconscious level understand that that paper does not equal any real type of riches. We associate that paper that we call money which is the spirit of money, with being able to provide and being able to have security and being able to have food, right? But if we dig deep, then we can start to pick this apart. And that's how I'll teach you how to get rich. So new money, old money, and true riches. I mentioned the word breakthrough getting into this video. Please understand that when I say breakthrough, it's not one of these get rich quick schemes. And if somebody ever says to you the word breakthrough and they tell you that tomorrow or really fast you'll be super rich, automatically tune out. They're full of junk, okay? When I say breakthrough, I'm referring to a mental breakthrough and a mindset change that through time you can develop into true riches. The new money mentality will be completely the opposite of that. And that's dope boy money, okay? How many people know about dope boy money? You know what that means? Dope boy money, comment below. We can group musicians and athletes into there. There has been a history-long relationship between the old making a deal with the devil to get rich. That's your new money crowd. We can group in the scammers with all of the people. So dope boy money is anybody that does anything illegal. They're selling their soul for money, and that's new money. We can group in all the people that just got lucky. Lottery, professional athletes, a lot of the time, you know, they'll never admit to you that they got lucky, but they were born with the talent to get them where they got. And they were born into a system where an NFL athlete or an MLB athlete makes this untold, you know, millions of dollars. So yes, there's a huge luck aspect, right? You were blessed to have that. So that's new money. These people, maybe they weren't born with money and now they have a bunch of money. Old money is people that were born with money. They were born into privilege / power. So if we take this group of people, old money and new money, we can look and see with 100% certainty that they're some of the unhappiest people on earth. Hands down. Now, this is not a theory. It's not my personal belief. This is just simple, irrefutable facts. The more money people have, the less happy they are. And that's every study that's ever been done on happiness will show you that. The happiest people are the ones that are out there in the jungle with clean water, fruit trees, a little farm. Now, when we get into my idea of riches and why I'm rich, that third type of riches is not relying on yourself for anything. Those first two, new money and old money, they're relying on self and the spirit of money to be prepared. So if we're honest with ourselves and if we just share some facts, we can immediately debunk that having a bunch of money, whether it's new money or old money, is true riches. Because these people are not happy. And you can look at all of the people with the most money in the world. And I know a lot of very wealthy people, especially having worked security contracting, you know, for people that have a lot of money and need private security. They're not happy. It would blow your mind if I told you how many people that I know that are super wealthy with money in the bank that tell me, man, I just wish I had your life. I've heard that so many times. Just out there living life, going out and going on expeditions in the jungle, making knives and doing what you want and not having to have all these people to answer to and the spotlight and this, that, and the other. They're not happy people. If you ask any millionaire, what amount of money will it require for you to be happy? They will tell you a dollar amount that's more than what they have. And if you check back with them in the future and they're a successful person and you ask them, hey man, are you happy now? You made $1 million when you were 18 years old. You told me that you needed $10 million to be happy. You're 25 now. You've made $15 million. Are you happy? Well, you know, I thought I needed 15 million, but I really need 100 million. If I have $100 million, I'll be happy. Come back, talk to him again. You're 40 years old. You've made $100 million. You're on Forbes list. You got this, that, and the other. Man, it's you know, all this money has brought all this stress and problems. But if I had $500 million, then I would be able to hire lawyers and security and find a good CEO to run my business, and I could just travel the world on my mega yacht, and I would enjoy life. 70 years old, you check out with that person. Hey man, you're a billionaire. How's it going? How are you doing? Are you happy? You're on your super yacht. You're traveling the world. You've had 5 trophy wives and everything that the world can offer you. Are you happy? You're doing age revitalization. You've got your health plan, your diet plan. You're doing the TRT like all the cool guys and all this. And are you happy? Man, I'm more miserable than I've ever been in my life. I just wish I could work again, have my business. I'm so tired of not having any purpose in my life. That's what they'll tell you. So everybody watching this video that tuned in thinking that riches was about money, and you're like, man, I was watching this video to try and get rich in the money in the bank, Bone. I want money in the bank, Bone. You don't want that, I promise, man. I'm telling you, the more money, the more problems. You've probably heard that before. So, what is true riches? And I'll do my best to give you the parallel. For those of you who are not Christians, like I am, to try and explain it to you in a sense that won't turn you off right away, because I'm a Christian, you might not be. And the closest that I can get to that is the minimalist theories from Greek philosophers, right? They had the idea, and they realized, and they were secular people, and they realized that true happiness comes only from limiting your desires and being happy with what you have right now, no matter what it is. So what is rich? Rich is a mindset. Money is a spirit. Rich is a mindset. Money is an idea. Rich is an idea. How old are you? 40, 20? Are you 18? Well, all those years of your life, the world has been telling you that you have to have the designer shirt, right? Handmade custom shirt that I got on. It's so nice. Well, I don't have this shirt because I went and had to have a designer shirt. I went and got the shirt because God gave me the ability and the talent to make handmade designer shirts and design beautiful shirts. Otherwise, I'd have a shirt on from Goodwill right now, if we're being honest. Can I afford to go buy a Gucci shirt? I don't know, you tell me. But the breakthrough is going to occur here. You're still going to have to put this stuff into practice. Every day you're going to have to fight against everybody around you telling you that you have to, your neighbor just bought a whatever car, fill in the blank. Now you have to have one. You know, you're going to have to get your family on board, your friends on board with this advanced understanding and this concept. But the day that you're rich is the day that what you have, and this is the first part of it, it's a 2-part process. It's the mental breakthrough that you can have right now to realize that being rich is literally what I have right now, and just a perspective change. I'm rich because, why? Because I'm health, family, love, peace, joy, happiness, not being starving, having food in your stomach, clothing that you have on your body. If you make a list of everything that you can be thankful for, and then make another list of everything money can't buy. Money can't buy health. Money can't buy knowledge. Money can't buy skills. Money can't buy abilities. Money can't give you all of your fingers and toes. Money can't make you be able to hear this. But from a financial perspective, everybody watching this video is probably in the upper 1 percentile of the richest people in the world. Boom. How is that? If you've got a car, money in the bank, $1 in the bank, a car, you have a vehicle, your own personal vehicle, and a bed to sleep in, and you're not hungry right now, starving, let me put it this way, you're not starving right now, then you're one of the 1% of the richest people in the world. People do not have money in the world, man. We really just, we don't understand what the real world is all around us. And I'm bringing you this truth. Comment below if your mind's blown. Look it up. Do the math. Do the research. You literally, just hearing the sound of my voice right now, are one of the 1% of the richest people in the world. You've got a phone. You've got internet. You're not working to figure out where your next meal is going to come from. Your ribs are not touching your stomach. You're not somebody's literal slave, which there's still millions of slaves in the world today. Slaves. Guys, you're rich already. So that's the first thing. Realizing that you're rich before off the rip. I can't say that I'm rich if I'm starving. Can't say that I'm rich if I'm fill in the blank. But, and this is where the only way that I can put it to you is by sharing my testimony. Right? This is the second part of being rich. The first part, controlling that desire, challenging that desire, and realizing that you're rich because you're rich. Your human nature is always to want more than what you have. But true riches is literally just saying, this is enough. And being thankful. And then you're rich. Boom. Just like that. It's a breakthrough, but you have to fight to stay in it every day. Because we're challenged by the world every single time we talk to somebody, every time we see our neighbor drive that car that we think is cool. Those people, we'll mention one more real quick time that they're not happy. They're not happy. You buy that new car off the lot, you drive it off the lot, you scratch it devalues immediately. You get that super yacht that you always wanted. Now you got to buy a captain. This happens, the other happens. You spill a drink on the floor, and oh man, and then you realize that this isn't as good as it could be, and then this, that, and it's just the grass is never greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. The guy that's got that green grass over there, he's watering his grass. So riches is having a job, being able to work towards your goals, being happy with what you have, having your health, having family that loves you. If you don't have a family that loves you, knowing that Jesus died for your sins literally and loves you. You can be rich by realizing that. So that's where I jump in to share my testimony. Now, health is true riches. Why do I have health right now? I'll ask, do I have health because I go to the gym every day, ride my bike every day, train? That's like maybe 1% of why I'm healthy. I'm healthy because I'm protected. I've had more people want to kill me and take me out and want me to not be successful, want to silence me than we could discuss in a very long video. But I'm here. I'm healthy. I'm strong. In the face of insurmountable odds, I've designed and built a business that's now an international successful business making the world's most effective self-defense tools and non-pervasive environment products. The most effective in the world. From prison, from being put by the U.S. government in a black site prison in Germany for false charges, for fishing without a license, and just locked away and threw away the key under a false name, fake charges, boom, 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 everything. Everything taken from me, everything. Just a few years ago, not many years ago, 2018, I believe it was. To this day, being a rich man with health. Rich with health. Because the Lord provided me that. Why? Because He's got a plan for me. Because this is His plan. I'm living in His plan. Nowhere near perfect. Doing the best I can. And this is where I have to share my testimony. You don't have to believe this, right? Everything else still applies. If you like the idea of Christianity, I'm going to just tell you, get involved with your local church. Open the Bible, read a little bit more. We have a manual. How many of you guys are like me that you just, when you get the thing, you put it together because you're a man and you know how to do it? Well, sometimes the older I get, occasionally I'll get something really nice, really complicated, really expensive, and I'll read the manual now at 37 years old. Why? Because I don't want to break it and I don't want to spend all day putting it together, and I want to enjoy it and Well, you've got a manual for your life, and it's the Bible. And it tells you how to get rich. It tells you how to be a rich man, but with real riches. Eternal life. Whether you believe it or not, you're going to live forever. So would eternal riches, would riches that I have forever be considered more riches than riches that moths will destroy, rust will rust and ruin, thieves will steal? Or eternal riches? Joy, peace. What's the value? What money value would you put on joy and peace? Happiness. Things going well for you in your life. That's the type of riches that comes from a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to get in the comments section on this one. And I hope you do. I really do. Because let's open it up for discussion. If you don't think that this is true, feel free to comment below. Try and be respectful, please, guys. But share your thoughts. I'm not telling you not to share your thoughts. It's great that we can open this up for discussion. It's very clear to me, walking step by step with our Creator is the only way to have true riches. The contrary to that is riches for this short period of time. Let's say for a second that we've established that you have a soul in your body. Most people at some level understand that they have a soul in their body and they understand that there's something greater than themselves. Most people, if not all people at the subconscious level. And if there is eternal life and there's a heaven and hell, we're going to end up going to one of the two. If this is a testing period to see which one we go to, if I'm not on God's plan for my life, who am I dealing with? And I'm not going to lie, the enemy can give you some things in this life. The enemy can give you physical things. The enemy wants to take you with him to where he's going for eternity. Because he's got free reign right now. And you can share that free reign for a short period of time with him. So the ultimate key to being rich is the perspective change and being able to maintain in front of us focus on the eternal. Focus on the long term. Because yes, I can be dope boy rich right now. I can do that. I've done that. I know how to get quick, easy money. It's unfulfilling. And there's no end to it, right? It's a very short stints of pleasure. And sure, it's fun. It's fun. But me being me and having a calling from God, I knew from the beginning at some part of my soul and in some deep inside when I was doing good, when I was doing bad, when I had tons of money in the bank or money on the table or whatever it was, that fast cars, women, and whatever you want to say, that supposedly riches and associated and gives pleasure. I always knew somewhere inside that it was going to end at some point. And I would get into, when I was at the lowest points of my life, I would be doing something that most people would say is unbelievable, enjoyable, riches, the benefits of riches, right? Whatever it is, best foods, best cars, best clothes, ... Man, this is amazing. What am I going to do to top this now? How am I going to top this now? It's a breakthrough mentality. It's a breakthrough in your mind, but it takes time. So now I battle every day personally now because of the years that I've lived the wrong way, focusing on long term, not short term. Focusing on what's important, focusing on truth. Because every day, as soon as I walk out of my office right here, I'm in my office where I have a nice little semblance of beautiful things that are my solitude, being able to not have negative influences directly around me right this second. As soon as I walk out that door over there, the world hits. And I've got to stand strong. And so the breakthrough is in the mind, but being rich is putting it into practice every day. And if you want my recommendation, my personal recommendation, we were created by someone who loves us enough to die for us, and they're going to keep us rich, because the richest person in the world can buy something with his money, but his money can be stolen or lost like that. In a minute, the richest person in the world can lose everything. The government can change and take it from him. The IRS can take it from him. He can lose his freedom. He can die. He can get sick with an incurable disease. But God, who loved us enough to die for us, Jesus, send his son to die for us, doesn't want us to be miserable. And as long as we're walking in, as long as we're on the path that he has for us, asking him before we do it, doing what he wants us to do, then he's going to provide everything we need. And that's true riches. True riches is having so much abundance. And that's why I'm rich. I'm rich because I don't have to worry about anything. Jeff Bezos has to worry. He can make dumb decisions that will cost him everything that he holds dear. I cannot lose what I hold dear. I've already won. And I'm guaranteed to be provided for. I'll always have some food to eat. I'll always have clothes on my back. And if I don't, it's for a reason. I know it'll come, or I'll go to the next place where I'll never worry or want again. And that's the ultimate level of riches, is receiving a new body, receiving a house that doesn't require maintenance, a world with no evil, no sin. That's the next place. And that is the ultimate riches. And so working right now and keeping the end in sight, we're building a fortune in the long term. If this is what we have right now in this world, this is your 80 years average that you're going to live. You might live 20 more years. You might live 30 more years. You might live 80 more years. This is it. Eternity is never ending. And so what you do right now in this 80 years is going to determine whether you're rich forever. Thanks for watching. Bone out.